Hi Taurus, I'm going to do your monthly reading for July 2020. And this is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Energy is transferable and can be vice versa. This reading is timeless. Even if it says July, this should resonate whenever you come across the video. For Taurus. We'll do your past, present, future with the Osho Zen Tarot first. For your past, we have intensity. So in your recent past, you moved intensely towards something. Since it comes to a point right here, it's like a focus on possibly specifically one thing for a lot of you. Something that you felt very passionately about. It's a very vibrant and colorful energy, very intoxicating, something you're most likely very excited about. So for your current situation, we have the Lovers, so you might be involved with a Gemini, or you could be feeling very loving or passionately towards someone or something, feeling a lot of connection and harmony. For your future, we have Guidance, the Three of Rainbows, which is kind of like the Three of Pentacles. So collaborating well with others and listening to guidance and advice, listening also to like spiritual messages, you know, bird signs, visions, stuff like that. Co-creating with the universe in general and listening to your intuition as well. I'm going to go into your main spread with the Shadowscapes deck and then clarify with the Rider-Waite deck. Taurus, July 2020. For your current situation, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So you might feel a little bit of a disappointment in something that you thought would be fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling, possibly love, something passionate, or maybe a project that you were working on and had a lot of emotional devotion to. Maybe didn't work out, but we will clarify that. For your recent past, we have Temperance in reverse. So there might have been some kind of really imbalanced energy where you perhaps were focusing on something that wasn't healthy, maybe. With this intensity, you were moving intensely towards something that caused an imbalance. Perhaps you became ungrounded and maybe impatient towards something. We'll clarify. For your abilities in July, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Feeling like you need to move away from something upsetting, something disappointing. Leaving something behind. Leaving like sorrowful energy behind. For your love, passions, and interests, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So we have like, you know, something stagnant or resisting change, resisting a new beginning, perhaps. For your outcome, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So moving slowly but accurately towards something built well. You know, building something well, but although slowly. Something focused towards like, you know, finances, family, home, stuff like that. Physical world stuff. Can I clarify Temperance in reverse for Taurus? Temperance in reverse in the recent past for Taurus. So with the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, it's like, I think you might have focused on some things a little bit more than others, and it caused an imbalance, perhaps even in your, you became a little bit naive and not impulsive, but like maybe a little bit too trusting of something, but while ignoring something, you know, ignoring something that you would have given you balance. It feels like just like stepping into something with your all because of the intensity. Stepping into something with your all while ignoring something else. Causing an imbalance here. Can I clarify intensity, please? Because intensity is, it's like the page of wands, like a page of fire type thing. It's very, very immature as well as the Page of Pentacles. Intensity. So you moved really rapidly and intensely towards something, and I feel like you put your all into it with a lot of naive, young trust, and it left you a bit exhausted and overwhelmed. I feel like you like stepped into an energy where like, yeah, and then it was like, got into an overwhelming, heavy situation because you ignored possibly taking care of your emotions, taking care of yourself, taking care of, you know, your own well-being, and focusing too much on giving to something else or someone else, or applying yourself to something draining. One more for the recent past. I feel like, you know, when you work that hard, when you're working so intensely and working so hard on something, you lose the integrity work, you lose your ability to collaborate with others and work well with others, and it throws you off balance, and that's why that Temperance is in reverse. So, you know, it's good to be excited and trusting of something new, but it's not good to ignore your emotions and the other side, because you gotta like balance your home, work, happiness, stuff like that, so that you don't get into this heavy state. Can I clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse for the current situation for Taurus? Ten of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Something you just really thought was the wish fulfillment, the everything, you know, everything you wanted, the dream, possibly dream family for some of you, dream relationship, dream job for some, home, family, new beginnings, you know, complete love, complete belonging and everything like that. And for some reason this is in reverse, so let me see. You might be giving yourself to something a little bit too much, and I feel like you're putting too much weight on something that isn't able to carry it. The Lovers. Can I clarify the Lovers? The Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like for some of you, this is a situation that, okay, calm down. Sorry, it's like really, really intense energy right now for some reason. It feels like So you think this something or someone or this thing that you're really loving, you're loving something right now. You're really into something right now. But it's the Ten of Cups in reverse, okay? So that's not, it's in reverse. It's not the wish fulfillment. It's not the complete love. It's not what you're putting all your you're betting all of your coins on, you know, you're giving your all into something that I believe might have some underlying, you need to go dig deep and heal yourself and see clearly through this. Possibly do some vision work, some meditation to see through this, because I feel like for some of you, not all of you, it might have the possibility of throwing a wrench in your wheel and stopping it from moving, and possibly possibly, what is it, robbing you of your blessings. It might be robbing you of it might rob you of your blessings, and, you know, slow down your wheel so that, you know, when life feels like it's like just taking you down constantly, it's like you feel like you're blocked. Lovers. The Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like to keep yourself clear, you need to like possibly dedicate yourself to not just whatever you're really passionate and loving towards, but dedicate yourself to some kind of spiritual practice, whether it be like, you know, sitting outside for 5 minutes still without your phone. That's a spiritual practice too. Or, you know, reading books, studying, going back to school. This could also mean rededicating it. For some of you, you might already be married, so, you know, dedicating yourself to being wife, husband, stuff like that. But in all, just regaining your stability and coming out of something that might be a little bit of an illusion that might block your wheel. Ten of Cups in reverse. One more for Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah. To avoid a situation where you feel like emotionally overwhelmed, like unable to move forward, just like strangled by thoughts type thing. Possibly not. In order to avoid this, I feel like just kind of clear your water. Definitely clear your water. Meditate a little bit. Hear the Page of Wands. I don't know when this came out. You might have seen it. I didn't. But this is someone that comes into your life super, super fast and can come out super duper quick. But this is, you know, something new, intoxicating, really inspiring, but it's also something not long lasting, something very attractive but inauthentic possibly. I feel like it might put you in a trap in your mind and throw a wrench in your wheel. So just, I don't know why, I just get this really, I can't breathe type thing. I don't know. I'm still new with tarot reading. I'm just trying to maneuver this as best I can, but I'm going to tell you what, that was an intense feeling. Yeah. Four of Swords, like taking time to rest and reflect. You know, maybe even weigh out a pros and cons list. What has worked for you this far? What is not working for you? What swords are you going to carry in the future? And what swords are you going to leave behind? Because there's no reason to carry a sword that isn't working, or, you know, a mindset that isn't working, or a perspective that isn't working, whatever it is. Just try to rest and reflect and clear your water, perhaps meditate and get visions for yourself so that you can see clearly and take charge of your situation right now, because something's got you really in your loving feels, but it doesn't seem it. You have all of your pentacles weighed on it and you're giving your all to it, but there's also like this very inauthentic, like nightmarish type energy where it has the capability of throwing a big old fat wrench in your wheel. So that's a mess. Okay. 5 of Cups in reverse for Taurus. Abilities this month. 5 of Cups. July. Yeah, you're definitely going to be moving away from something and possibly going into hermit mode where you're shining light on what you want, you know, gaining understanding of yourself. Just try not to get into an energy where you feel depressed and isolated. Don't forget to reach out to your friends and, you know, go outside, stuff like that. Hermit mode is it's an enlightening process, but it can also have the potential to put you in a bit of a lump of dump. So be careful. Let me pull one more card for this. Your abilities, because 5 of Cups in reverse, it's like you're moving away from this like sad, sorrowful state and into this hermit mode. And it's going to bring you clarity. So, you know, don't go off the deep end in that hermit mode, because if you can maneuver it correctly, you can really get into a state of where you can see clearly, cut through lies, cut through your own mind illusions, cut through the clouds, and get clarity. And also you might be reading a lot and becoming intellectually stimulated by things around you, books maybe. So why is the wheel? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune twice out here. So remember, like, there's that possibility of this possible, you know, if you might be dealing with the Gemini, this lover situation throwing a wrench in your wheel and slowing it down or even stopping it or blocking it. Let me see. Yeah, the Magician. So this might be someone who's manipulative. This isn't for everyone. If this doesn't resonate, I don't suggest watching this, because I don't want you to get confused. This isn't for everyone. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Magician. So you are really wanting to manifest your life, make your life with the resources that you have available to you. But the Magician is also someone in your love, passions, interests being a little bit manipulative of your wheel, or you know. Either way, your wheel is not turning right for your love, passions, interests in July. It's in reverse. So Wheel of Fortune reverse. It's going to take regrounding yourself, nurturing yourself, assessing your resources, assessing the truths, regaining clarity. Remember, with the Queen of Swords, seeing the truth and through the deception. You know, someone might not even be trying to deceive you intentionally, but in general, it's just not working for what the divine plan has in store for you. It feels like it's definitely off your path, and I'm not even sure what the lesson is in store right now, because it's kind of like a pull out and regain. Yeah, lots of options and lots of illusion, fantasy, imaginations and stuff. You're really going to have to gain some clarity in this to get your wheel turning again. Nine of Pentacles, please, for the future outcome. Nine of Pentacles. July. Woo. Wow. July, Taurus. Whoa. Cards are flying. Okay, so I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. So with this situation, I feel like you might be getting to a point where you're going to feel defensive and put up boundaries and get back to a state of being, stable within yourself, relying on yourself, and just kind of doing your own. This is kind of like the single lady or single guy's card. Like, just, holding your own and just out there doing you. Because something's leaving you feeling unsure. And, all of this is to clarify the Nine of Pentacles. So, yeah, you are moving forward and you are regaining your stability, your grounding after this stage of like what the fucks. After this stage of what the fucks, you're regaining your stability, your ground, and you're putting your boundaries back up and defending yourself. And in my opinion, rightfully so. I don't think that the person or situation that you're working with, that you're really passionate towards right now, that you're putting yourself into, I don't think it's malicious. It doesn't feel malicious. It feels like both of you are very naive and like falling into something that has the probability of stopping the wheel for possibly both of you. But in general, there might be some underlying manipulations, not malicious, just like, I really want this person in my life, so I'm going to do whatever I can. But there's a lot of illusions here, and it's throwing a wrench in your wheel, and I feel like there's a lack of clarity, so you're just going to have to really grab on to clarity. Go into hermit mode and see what you can see, so that you can make decisions in clarity and move on from a sorrowful state into a state of balance and being able to hold your own. It takes a little bit of reflection and maybe like pros and cons list, but okay, I haven't clarified guidance yet. Guidance for future guidance. Ooh. So someone from your past might be coming in and communicating with you. Someone from your past might be coming in to communicate with you, and this is for the guidance card. So I don't know whether or not you should, I know, it depends on what that is, but you might be gaining some clarity and guidance from that interaction as well. In general, that you are gaining, there's a lot of quick action happening here, quick message, quick something's coming in very fast, and that is guidance. So be mindful and be aware. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. If you see something in nature that's like, wow, that's telling you something, look it up, Google it. Like, what does turkey mean? Turkey means abundance, stuff like that. So pay attention to the moons, do your reading. We also have the Hierophant, so do some reading. One more for guidance. Yep. So we have the three of swords. So whoever's coming in from your past, I feel like it's someone that brought you a lot of heartache, but whatever they have to say might bring you some clarity as well. I'm not saying go for it with them if they're offering some kind of love or whatever. It might even be an employer, but something, I just feel like in general for July, be very cautious, reflect, stay clear, keep your clarity and keep your grounding. In general, rely on yourself and be loving and compassionate towards others, work well with others, but also always be very, very aware. Your medicine card, okay, while I was shuffling, the whole time I was shuffling the crow card, my pre-shuffle, before I started the video, the crow card kept popping out, and it just popped out while I was shuffling again. So number 24, crow medicine. If you're into numerology, check that out. 24, sorry, I just said that. But it is in reverse, so let's take a look and see what it says. Make sure that if you're stepping on toes, you have a backup plan. Being a little bit rebellious, perhaps right now. If you plan to go to an extreme, I don't know, this is a lot right now. Refusing to honor the shifts in your reality can cause emotional pain, an implosion of energy that is apparent when rebellion surfaces. Contrary Crow speaks of broken law. The law of expansion is broken by suppression. This may apply to a situation, an old habit, a person that you have given your authority to, or your own fears. It is always your own creation, so call on Crow and shift that creation to your new ability. You may need to weed out past belief or ideas to bring yourself into the present moment. contrary crow speaks of needing to remember that divine law is not judgment or denial of self-truth. Divine law is honoring harmony that comes from a peaceful mind, an open heart, true tongue, light step, forgiving nature, and a love of all living creatures. Honor your past as your teacher, honor your present as your creation, and honor the future as your inspiration. So with that reading, I want to just say that with whoever is coming in with your past, with communication, know that they're there to teach you something. That doesn't mean like, that's your soulmate or whatever, but, take every interaction as some kind of lesson and be open and loving as you are now. I don't think that you pouring yourself into this person or situation is necessary. Now that I read this, I want to correct this. So I don't think you pouring yourself into this situation is actually stopping your wheel. I think you pouring yourself into this situation and applying past experiences into this current situation might be throwing the wrench into your wheel. So your own past experiences and projections onto this current lover situation, you might be pouring all of your wishes and hopes into this person, but also be having your own fears of that Ten of Cups failure. And your old fears, your old nightmares and everything like that, it might be coming up into this current situation and throwing the wrench into your wheel. It's causing you a lot of illusions, and it's causing you to possibly manipulate yourself and maybe even contaminate this relationship. But you need to regain your grounding and your clarity and believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities to be fine. And then defend yourself against maybe perhaps your own past thoughts or this person in the past that's coming up. Although they are to teach you something, you are to remain on guard. If you're unsure of something, investigate it, see what's up, because what you build has integrity, and you are good at what you do as long as you can remain clear. Okay. I hope that helped, Taurus, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, possibly share. Donations are appreciated, and I hope to see you guys or talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful July.